DBs! DBs! Two claps in the rip blow. Woo! I told you they never your ball, not when it's my ball. I see myself as a person, a fun person, someone, you know, who comes with a lot of energy, you know, fun to be around. Pretty much the same guy every day, you know, the guys that, I'm one of those guys that get people going. I never shy away from, you know, saying what's on my mind. Don't be trying to run me over now. Huh? Don't be trying to run me over. I'm not going to try. Oh, it's just natural. You gonna make me better. So when I see Leonard Fournette, get what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be like, boy, I've been hitting this all camp.
Man, everybody get everybody better, dog.
You feel me? Charles Woodson and Coach Gruden, they have a lot of expectations for me. Coach Gruden, he asked me, he was like, would you like to wear 2-4? And I told him, yes, I would. He was like, you know, it's a lot that comes with that number, you know. So I got a lot to live up to, and I plan on living up to it. Oh. Mm. Oh. Oh. Mm. Who? You ever heard of strike zone tackle? That's all that was gonna be. Right across your ribs. I talked to my wife. I was like, if we end up in California, I want to be playing for the Raiders. I felt like this was going to be a clean slate and a chance for me to rebuild and help rebuild this establishment. And so when Coach Gruden called me, I think that's the most excitement I've ever had. Welcome to the Bay, baby. You got jet lag. You got jet lag. Say cheese.
You all know he's a great football player, he's a hard hitter. I just look at him as a dad, and he's a great dad, he's a great husband, of course.
Oakland, great.
I'm doing great. Hey, who's
this? This is Harley. My wife, Brianna.
Nice to meet you. I'm Mike Mayock.
That's good. Proud for you, boy. Hey, talk. Gotta get to work. Oh, yeah. I think I'm gonna be a lifetime Raider. You know, I'm around a bunch of great players, a great staff, really great GM and owner. I think this is where I'll be for, you know, the length of my career. Come on. Come on. It's me, Brianna, and Harley. So Brianna, she's at home, you know, she's in school. She's actually in school right now, going back to be a nurse practitioner. So she's doing that, so her hands are pretty tied up at the moment. She's taking some pretty hard classes. She has a full-time job with school in Harley. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna shoot? Yeah. Yeah. When my daughter was first born and I was in college, I never really had a bad balance. You know, for me, it was just always football, 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 football. But I had to learn, you know, I can't really be like that. You know, I have to find a balance. I really just try to make sure I'm just being, you know, the best dad, best husband possible. We are about to go meet Joyner. He has the kids this weekend. We're gonna go to the trampoline park. You ready to go jump? You ready to go jump?
Say yes.
Ah.
All right, let's go.
I got a stroller.
You got a stroller? Harley don't need it?
No.
Oh, she gonna wear that?
He about to grab it. Come on, jump down. For me, LaMarcus, it's only three things: his faith, family, and football. You gonna jump with him? And so for him, it's all about, you know, leaving the foundation for his family once he's gone. So, and that is, you know, one of the guys I look up to when it comes to, you know, family and football. LJ! Hey, LJ! Me and his family, we kind of go out and do things together. We always have fun, always. Hey! LJ! Harley, slow down! Hey! what y'all finna get into though?
Nah, we just gonna watch a movie or something.
LaMarcus, as a player, I think he's one of the only people who can go from like super goofy to super serious in a matter of seconds. Like it's joking and then get on the field, he's just super serious. As far as a teammate, I mean, I don't think it gets any better than him. You know, he's fun to be around and he tries his best, you know, make sure, you know, that my head is always in the right space.
This is already rolling. Your mark's right here.
Okay. My role model growing up definitely was my dad. He was somebody that I really wanted to marvel my life around just because of, you know, I'm the youngest of 9 and he meant so much to me and just how he was the head of our family. I want to be that one day for sure.
Get some work in today.
My dad, he was the one that anybody in the family could go to, whether they had any type of problems, like they needed their car fixed, he was a good handyman. They needed something worked on in their house. Cookouts, he was the one out there on the grill. Like, he was the one that kind of kept everybody together. So I really looked up to him in that aspect. Because it relates to football, you know what I mean? Like, you want to be a guy that people want to count on and that people want to invest in, because you don't want to be a guy that the team can win with. You want to be somebody that the team can win because of.
Let go.
He's a hard worker, man. He's always the one like, hey, after practice, like, hey, you know, like, you trying to go get some work? I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I need it. So we stay out there, we get it in, and he's just always trying to get better at what he's doing.
Whew. Yes, sir.
When Cleveland was born, his dad was 50. He had just retired. And he was able to stay home with him a lot. They just spent a lot of time together. Wherever my husband went, Cleveland was with him. He's always been a go-getter. You know, if he set his mind to doing something, he would go ahead on and do it.
Let's run around today.
My husband and I, we both retired from the military, so you know, we always had that military concept. We don't do quitting. If you start it, you're gonna finish it, and then afterwards, you don't have to do that anymore, but we don't quit in the middle of nothing. And that's one of the things his dad taught him.
Straight like that, dude. Straight like that.
I feel like I was brought here to be like a coffee bean. I feel like that's the best analogy, you know. So when you drop a coffee bean in a hot cup of water, it kind of just spreads all throughout the cup, and then it really just formulates as far as what it really is. And I feel like, you know, for me, you know, someone who's hardworking, tough, diligent mindset about the right things, not perfect at all, but at the end of the day, he's a good person, and he just wants what's best for himself and the others around him, and he wants to do something that's bigger than himself, which for this organization is, you know, win a Super Bowl. It's not pressure, because my dad would be the first one to tell you he wasn't perfect. But that's the biggest thing, you know, you live and learn from mistakes. And that's the thing that I've done, you know what I mean? And I've just been trying to make him proud ever since he passed. And I know he's looking down on me watching, so, you know, I always got that in the back of my mind. Like, just whenever I got a tough decision to make, you know, what would my pops do, or what would he say, you know what I mean? So, you know, I just can only hope to leave my legacy one day.